Hello everyone, I'm Ryan Miller.
And I'm Bill Stark.
And welcome to our inside look at Scars of Mirrodin, the latest expansion from Magic the Gathering.
Today we're looking at the deadly new ability from Scars of Mirrodin, Infect.
That does sound deadly. What do our viewers need to know?
Well, if you don't know what's happening on Mirrodin these days, the Mirrans, the inhabitants of Mirrodin, are having a small problem. Now, if you want to be surprised by the cards themselves and not this video, you may want to leave the room for a bit. Not you, Ryan. The Phyrexians are invading Mirrodin from within, and they're bringing out some insidious weaponry, like Infect.
So what exactly does Infect do?
Infect is a keyword found on Phyrexian creatures, and it does two things. First, a creature with Infect deals damage to other creatures in the form of -1/-1 counters.
Like spreading the disease. What else does it do?
Secondly, a creature with Infect deals damage to players in the form of poison counters.
If you haven't seen poison in a while, it is a completely different way to win the game.
In fact, in some Scars of Mirrodin booster packs, you might find this. Poison counters are the only kind of counters that a player can have, and if you ever have 10 or more, you lose the game immediately.
It doesn't matter what your life total is.
You got it. And these can help you keep track of how many you have, or, better yet, how many your opponent has.
These poison counters look pretty sweet. Let's see them in action.
Absolutely. Okay, in this situation I have a small army of Cis-Bears, 2/3 creatures with Infect.
And I've got a Loxodon Wayfarer, a 1/5 creature, and a Johnny Goldmane, a Planeswalker, with 3 loyalty counters.
Anyway, it's my turn and I'm going to attack. 2 Cis-Bears will attack you, and the last will attack a Johnny Goldmane. Now, if you're not sure what's going on with my creature attacking a Planeswalker, make sure to check the site for the Planeswalkers video in which we review all the rules for playing with them.
My Loxodon will block one of the Cis-Bears attacking me, and the other 2 get through.
Okay, now that we're on to combat damage, we'll see Infect in action. Let's start with the unblocked one. Its power is 2, so it deals 2 damage to you, and that means 2 poison counters. Here you go, buddy.
Thanks. Yeah. So my life total stays the same, except now I've got 2 poison counters.
Right, and if I can get you to 10 poison counters, you'll lose the game immediately.
Harsh. What about the one my Loxodon blocked?
Well, your Loxodon will deal 1 damage to the Cis-Bear, but that's not enough to destroy it.
And the Cis-Bear's 2 power isn't enough to destroy my Loxodon either, because its toughness is 5.
But remember that Infect makes my creatures especially deadly. The 2 damage that Cis-Bear deals to your Loxodon Wayfarer will take the form of -1/-1 counters.
Normally, damage heals at the end of the turn, but -1/-1 counters stay on the creature, crippling it as long as it's on the battlefield.
And now your Loxodon Wayfarer is a -1/3 creature, not as imposing as before.
Definitely not.
Let's take a look at my 3rd Cis-Bear.
Okay, so the other 2 already poisoned me and crippled my Loxodon. What twisted evil effect do they have on Planeswalkers?
None. It'll deal 2 damage to a Johnny, and a Johnny will lose 2 loyalty counters, just like normal.
Oh, okay.
You really need to plan for attacking creatures with Infect to avoid getting poisoned right out of the game.
Oh, there are other ways to spread around poison counters.
Yes, there are. Let's take a look at Ichor Rats.
Simply get this onto the battlefield and the contagion begins.
Nasty.
There's also Proliferate, another Phyrexian innovation in Scars of Mirrodin. There's a whole video dedicated to that on the site, so be sure to check that out.
Even though poison's been a part of the game for a long time, it's never been such an important feature as it is in Scars of Mirrodin.
Exactly.
Anything else we should know about Infect?
Let's take a look at some of the other interactions between Infect and things that care about damage. Okay, in this final situation I have an Ichor Mirror, a 1/1 creature with Infect that gets +2/+2 if it becomes blocked. I also have a Cis-Bear equipped with Behemoth Sledge, a powerful equipment from Alara Reborn. Now it's a 4/5 creature with Infect, Trample, and Lifelink.
I'm a little more prepared this time with a Noble Vestige, a Cudgel Troll, a card in my hand, and lots of untapped lands.
Way to foreshadow, Ryan. Why don't I attack with both of my creatures?
Aha! Before I declare blockers, I'll cast Darksteel Sentinel, a 3/3 indestructible creature with Flash and Vigilance.
I did not see that coming. Blocks?
Oh yeah. Darksteel Sentinel will block the Ichor Mirror, and the Cudgel Troll will block the Cis-Bear.
Okay, the Ichor Mirror gets +2/+2, but I have no other tricks.
I'll activate the Cudgel Troll's regeneration ability and the Noble Vestige's damage prevention ability targeting myself.
Let's see how the battle plays out. Darksteel Sentinel deals 3 damage to the Ichor Mirror, which is enough to destroy it.
At the same time, the Ichor Mirror will deal 3 damage back to the Darksteel Sentinel. Now, Infect means that this damage will result in 3 -1/-1 counters. Oh, wait.
Yep, even though Darksteel Sentinel is indestructible, if its toughness is ever 0 or less, it's put into your graveyard. Having a toughness of 0 or less isn't the same thing as being destroyed, even though your creature ends up in the graveyard either way.
Let's check out the other fight.
The Sis Bearer will be assigning 4 combat damage, and the Cudgel Troll's toughness is 3. Because the Sis Bearer has Trample now, I can assign that excess 1 damage to you, and I will.
Okay, so the 3 damage being dealt to the Cudgel Troll will take the form of -1/-1 counters. I'm guessing that regeneration shield I added earlier isn't going to help, is it?
Nope. Remember that a creature's toughness falling to 0 or less doesn't mean that creature is destroyed. Regeneration doesn't help.
And then there's the 1 damage being dealt to me. Again, Sis Bearer has Infect, so that means I get 1 poison counter. I suppose the 1 damage I prevented to myself using Noble Vestige won't help either, right?
Not quite. Even though this damage is taking the form of a poison counter, it can still be prevented. You won't get the poison counter. In fact, it's still damage in every way. My Sis Bearer also has lifelink thanks to Behemoth Sledge, so I'll gain 3 life from the 3 damage that it dealt to the Cudgel Troll. And that's Infect.
So I guess Scars of Mirrodin is going to be pretty sick.
No doubt. The Mirrans are literally in for the fight of their lives. Mirrodin's been through some turmoil in its history, but nothing like this. So head down to a game store or tournament location near you, pick a side, and get ready for war.